Yeah, what's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Prison Break Raw. I'm your host, the one and only Big JD. Don't know how many of you have heard about this one right here. It was a hostage situation. Can't really call it a riot because it wasn't a riot, but it was an uprising. It was a takeover of the 10th floor at the Oklahoma County Jail. Yeah, Oklahoma County Jail. This just happened right down the street from where I live. And I was wondering what all the commotion was, all the excitement, what the protest was about, because there was kind of a bit of a protest going on out there, but I just drove right past it, not really giving a fuck or paying much attention to it. Just doing what I do when I'm out doing what I'm doing. But yeah, so this Daniel Misquez, Officer Daniel Misquez, correction officer at the Oklahoma County Detention Center, was delivering some hot meds up there in the 10th floor when an unnamed inmate took him by hostage. I don't know how this happened. I don't know how the door got open. They don't really go into a whole lot of details when it comes to that. When they know they fucked up, right? They're not quick to want to tell you how they fucked up or why they fucked up. They just fucked up. Now know this. The 10th floor is a pretty vicious floor. I believe it's the high security or maximum security floor. And I don't know how many of you have heard, but not too long ago, somebody had escaped from a couple of floors above this one. So there's never a dull moment here at the Oklahoma County Detention Center. And this day was definitely not a dull moment. So somehow Daniel Misquez fumbles his keys and loses control of the person he's trying to medicate. He's taken hostage. He's zip-tied, hands behind his back. He's dropped to his knees. He's got something wrapped around his neck. I don't know if that's to stop the bleeding or to choke him out or what it was, man, but it was like straight prone to just down. And he wasn't moving. He was scared shitless, too. You could look at the look in his eyes. He thought he was going to die. So you think once you got the officer, now you're going to start listing your demands, right? But instead of doing that, he takes the keys. The unnamed inmate, of course. He takes the keys. He takes Daniel Misquez's cell phone. And this is why I tell you people, always have all your devices completely secured. In the case of Daniel Misquez, his whole life was at the disposal of the 10th floor. Because once the dude had control of him, he took his phone, he slid it to another one in a cell. This dude opens up the phone, gets on Daniel Misquez's own Facebook. Yeah, gets on his own Facebook, his Instagram, and he starts going live. And he's showing everybody what's going on in there. Just exactly what it looks like inside of this place on an unannounced inspection, because that's, of course, what it's going to turn out to be now, if anybody really gives a shit, to the reason for why this happened in the first place. So he has his phone out and he's showing everybody, the guys listening to his demands. Everybody's screaming and yelling on the door. At this point in time, there's only two guys out there. One guy's down there asking the lieutenant if pimping is easy. I don't know if the lieutenant really knows much about pimping, but yeah. So the guy's got the phone and he's showing everybody the conditions of this place. Filthy, nasty, dirty. I mean, it is pretty filthy and disgusting. If anybody who knows anything about the Oklahoma County Jail, you'll know that it is no walk in the park, right? I'm getting ready to do a piece on some of the most nasty county jails in the country that I have either been in or that I know something about. And I guarantee you this one's going to be up there in one of the top 5 somewhere. It always floods. They always have rolling like blackouts inside this place where the power would just go off for no reason at all, and they'll leave it off forever. That means you can't flush your toilet because those toilets are automatic. There's no mirrors in this place, so you totally forget what you look like. You can't see your reflection in nothing. There's no mirrors, there's nothing. They feed you like garbage. Sometimes they'll give you a shower when they feel like it. You rarely ever go to any kind of a rec yard. You're just in there, marinating in your own stink, you and your cellie. So this is what this place is like. And up there in the 10th floor, it's pretty bleak. It's pretty depressing. It's liable to incite somebody to become quite angry and upset that would want to take hostage a CO. So they took Daniel Misquez hostage, took his phone, like I said, on his own Facebook. I mean, literally, if he has his bank or anything connected to this phone, anybody with half a brain in that place would have started sending themselves money orders via and courtesy of Daniel Misquez. Because the motherfucker didn't have proper security on his phone. So they got him out there, and it didn't take him long to finally just say, fuck it, we're just going to let everybody out. So he's popping the doors. They got Daniel Misquez out in the corner. They got him down, belly up, ass up, belly down on the floor. All these dudes are out running around, walking around, wandering around. And it's a complete shit show. Next thing you know, the guy that originally kicked it all off, and this is how they deal with things in Oklahoma, for some of yous out there that think that Oklahoma don't get down, this county jail and the people that are in it often get down. This guy that took the cop hostage, the guy that just asking for some better living conditions, things that they've been grieving about. Better food, better quality of food. Their food's crap. They rarely ever get their commissary. They have no TV. They don't get any rec. They don't get any haircuts. They can't even shave. If you'd have just simply met those demands, none of this probably would have happened. But a lot of people don't think of that. Well, they're jail, they're criminal, they're criminals, they're scumbags. They don't deserve these things. Well, the reason why prisons were invented in the first place was to first ask the criminal or the offender if they want to seek penance. That's why the name penitentiary came from. It was supposed to be a humane type of an environment to kind of like breed the criminal out of you or to correct the behavior through various forms of therapeutics and whatnot. Education, training, all that stuff. But prisons have become a business and a warehouse. It's a cash cow. So they don't really give a fuck what happens to you in there. I mean, look at the detention centers down on the southern border right now. The ones that everybody said that Trump was like creating a barbaric situation. They're even worse now. It just goes to show you. Human beings are at the disposal of the elite, celebrity elite power structure and all this money-making machine that we got going on. And they don't really care about these jail conditions. And a lot of yous get on here and you want to watch this stuff. But this is what it's really about. The breaking of the human spirit to the point to where you ain't got nothing to lose. And I heard a couple of these dudes saying that several times in there. I ain't got nothing to lose. So the one guy lost his life over neglect, indifference, and the way human beings are treated in these places. Don't matter if they broke the law or not. If you're not going to treat them like human beings, then you might as well just shoot them on sight. Save us taxpayers a whole lot of money to have to go through this bullshit. You already know what it is. You heard it right here. Prison Break Raw, uncut, uncensored, no holds barred, non-sugarcoat, not politically correct, all up in your face, slapping you with that dick of reality. And I'm out.